What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let Sports Talk. Here to recap week 2, right? Man, this was a interesting week for a lot of us bettors and fans of this. I mean, a lot of upsets, a lot of favorites going down. I think the stat line was like 5 favorites for 5 and 9 ATS. So probably a lot of the books won this week. It was pretty interesting, and it's week 2, right? So it's week 2. Teams are still trying to figure it all out, and trying to find out. Like, I guess the word identity gets thrown around a lot, but like kind of that's what it is, right? Try to find their identity, find how they're going to win. Injuries kind of piled up a lot for a couple teams here. Just how schemes are going to work, how offense. I mean, there's already, as I'm recording this video, there's already a major change in the quarterback with Panthers. Bryce Young is out and Andy Dalton is in. So we'll see if that can kind of change things around for the Panthers. But man, that is a shit show and a half down there. I don't know what they have to do to get better. Like, I think just all around, they just don't feel like there's any flow, any identity, but like any rhythm, nothing. I feel like if there's one bet, I feel like right now, and I'm probably, as I'm saying it, because I'm saying it's probably not going to happen next week, but I think just betting the Panthers to lose, unfortunately, is one that might be a safe bet to roll with. I think that's a tough situation to figure out. But anyway, there's a lot to get into. I'm not going to be able to cover it all in this one. In this video, I don't really try to cover everything, but I am going to try to cover the main things, the things I want to talk about, the main stories and stuff like that. So with that being said, I want to start off with the 49ers and the Vikings. I think this game was a bit of my big question mark in terms of one of the powerhouse teams kind of not looking great. Of course, Christian McCaffrey is out. This is why I think this is a big deal for me, is like, without Christian McCaffrey, of course, credit to Mason, hell of a job as he's kind of filled in for McCaffrey there, especially, last game, I think was really impressive. And this game, it just felt like something was off with the Niners. And, I'll get into it. Niners take their first loss of the season. Like, I feel like this game was really about mistakes, Niners shot themselves in the foot over and over again, right? There was the 2 costly turnovers, a blocked punt, giving up a 97 touchdown to Justin Jefferson. I mean, let's be real, that play was pretty awesome. That was an awesome play. One of the best. I think we're starting to see a lot of these kind of plays too, right? Where last week it was Anthony Richardson, just a bomb of a pass. Sam Darnold, I mean, clearly not seeing ghosts right now. Although I think he threw 1 interception or maybe had a turnover. Can't remember exactly, but he did show up for the Vikings, and he has been playing really well. Granted, again, it's week 2. Do we really know? Like, is he going to carry this over? Are we deeming them top playoff team too early or at all right now? But as of right now, week 2, they have been playing really well. Sam Darnold, I think, definitely feel happy for him that he kind of escapes that New York Jets reputation market type of thing, and is able to get a lot of success right here in the first couple of weeks. But I thought the story here, even though Darnold did throw for 2 touchdowns, 268 yards, I think Jefferson was awesome. I think this is what Vikings fans, I think this is what they we're looking for the longest time. Just a level of consistency with that connection, right, with Jefferson and the QB, and he's been playing awesome. So he is their weapon, their number one guy. Like, that is how you're gonna find success if you are the Vikings, is through Jefferson. And you just need a quarterback who's going to be able to give him those opportunities, right? You got to find a quarterback who's going to be able to, just consistently, or as consistently as they can, keep hitting him and finding him in open spaces. And Jefferson will take care of the rest. He's one of the best in the game right now. And they're doing a great job there. On the other hand, with the 49ers, like, they had their moments. I think they had their moments. I think so. Purdy threw for 319 yards, a touchdown, but he had that interception. And like, they had that great 99-yard drive, right, that ended with Jordan Mason, again, touchdown run, pulling it to 20 to 14 at that point. But again, the Vikings, they answered back with a long drive of their own. They ate up a ton of clock and they tackled, on a field goal to make it, like 23-14, I think, right? And by the time the 49ers kind of added their field goal of their own, kind of too late. And you could just kind of feel the game was slipping away after that second Purdy turnover. I don't think the Niners, they just couldn't capitalize on the key moments. And the Vikings made them pay, right? The Vikings are a team that you got to give them credit. KOC is a great coach. I really like. I think he was given a shitty hand to deal with when Cousins went down. Dobbs stepped in pretty well, but that's not long-term solution, right? So when you've got now a QB that he can work with and really, and of course, I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that they had JJ McCarthy and he kind of went down, but you have that trust and that, like, who your QB is, and you go kind of, at least for now, without JJ, like, you're all in on who the QB is right now. I think that's where you see how great Kevin O'Connell can be. But again, like the Niners, it's one of those things too where they have they have insane talent on their squad. Like you look at them on paper and you think, like, even without McCaffrey, right? I think that was also the biggest thing is McCaffrey was not necessarily like the savior because there was other people. He was the biggest game changer because you had to deal with him, like double team him or whatever. But then you also had Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. Like, you have so many dynamic weapons here, and I just think a lot of the mistakes kind of cost them, and they have to clean that up again early in the season, right? Early in the season, so I'm not really concerned just yet. But they are 0-2, so that is a tough. Or I'm sorry, they're not 0-2. They're 1-1, but that is a tough thing if they want to keep moving forward and gain success. I just think too, like, it's that Purdy found success last season, a lot of success, and I am not a Purdy hater. I'm a fan of him. I don't know why he gets a lot of the hate that he gets, but people want to point to him being just a game manager, and he's not really that good as it seems, and he's carried by a good team. I don't know. It's just like, give me a great team in the past that doesn't have really good players, and I think but I don't think he had his best game. Although he threw up 319 yards. He had on paper again, he had a pretty good game. But I just thought the turnovers weren't good. A couple of times, even the first week, a couple of times he didn't really connect with his receivers. I think there was a pass to Debo in the first week that kind of probably was on, I don't know who, maybe on Purdy to kind of miss that throw. But I'm not too concerned of them just yet. We'll see how they adjust, and you just have to look at the way they played this game. Something fell a little off. I kind of got the vibe of, like, say, Georgia in college football. Georgia and Niners had the same thing, like the same vibe for me, where you're just waiting for them to turn it on. You're just waiting for them to kind of go and get it moving and get it going, and they just never really did completely. And in the case of the Niners, it kind of cost them. They turn it on too late, and they just, again, not a clean game, and they have to change it if they want to, move forward and kind of make a good run for it, because a lot of teams this year who were on the bottom end last year, I feel like I don't know. It's a bit unpredictable right now. And of course, again, it's week 2. It should be. Of course it is. But I'm just saying from evaluating play, it's a little like, who's going to be consistent moving forward, So we'll see. But bit of a shocker a little bit that the Niners couldn't get off to a hot start like I thought they would.